We are now joined by OU alumni Erika Polidori, who was part of the team that brought home Canada's first Olympic softball medal. Erika, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us on Oakland Overtime.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you. We have to dial in to that performance against Mexico. That was a team's fifth appearance playing softball in the Olympics. Weren't able to bring home a medal before, finally able to bring home a bronze. What were the emotions circling heading into that game?
It was a whirlwind. I mean, the week went so fast. We were playing a game a day and every game meant so much. So once we earlier in the week lost to the host Japan, we knew unfortunately we weren't going to be in the gold medal game, which was our goal. But then we kind of quickly had to turn around, finish our last games, and know that we were playing for bronze. So it was a big game, huge moment. We played them earlier in the tournament, and we just kind of had to know what our plan was and how we wanted to execute. And I think we did a great job.
You know, you guys were able to bounce back. Mexico had to defeat Italy and Australia to get into that game. You talked about the plan. What was the defensive game plan when you were facing the team?
Well, internationally, we're pretty familiar with all the teams. So we just had to know how our pitchers were going to pitch certain hitters, how we wanted to kind of move around defensively. And then, you know, as hitters on the offensive side, just being prepared for their pitchers, what pitches they throw, and trying to, you know, do everything we can to just get some runs across.
It was a slide back and forth in the beginning stages of the game, but you guys were able to take the lead in the fifth inning. What were the emotions within the team when you guys knew after the seventh that you just brought home the bronze?
It was so exciting. I mean, we had a couple of players from the '08 Olympics, the last time the sport was in the Olympic Games. And for them, you know, to come back and get the medal, and for the newer girls, obviously it was our first time at the Olympics. It just was very special. Our group has worked really, really hard, and from top to bottom, all 15 of us contributed this summer and at the games. And I couldn't be more proud. It was a really special group.
What I love about the game of softball is that your teammates turn into sisters. It becomes a sisterhood. So talk to us about the team chemistry that you guys developed from the summer throughout the Olympic Games.
Yeah, I mean, it was a work in progress because it wasn't even just throughout the summer. It's taken years to kind of cultivate, and we've worked really hard on the culture piece and the chemistry piece. And it's really authentic. We really work to, you know, play for one another and push each other and compete. And like I said, it's been years in the making. And then this summer, it just kind of, the end result was exactly what we were hoping for. So it was a lot of work, but definitely worth it.
Absolutely paid off. And something that I've been interested to ask you is the softball culture in Canada, because when I played travel ball, I felt like I was always seeing girls coming down from Canada to play in Michigan. So is it really a popular sport amidst the country, or has that been growing over the last couple of years?
It is really popular between actually like women's softball in Canada, and there are communities where men's softball is really popular as well, which is kind of cool. But I think especially when softball got reinstated to these games, it kind of just reignited a love for the sport. And a lot of players, even like on our team, and older women, a lot of people stayed with the sport, I think, knowing that it was on the Olympic programs. So just trying to keep that going in the years to come, because it is going to be hard with it out of the Olympics again, for sure.
I love that, reigniting the initial flame that drives people to play the sport. And for you initially, what first got you in love with the game of softball?
I actually had some neighbors growing up that were playing, and I would kind of play in the neighborhood with them, and I really enjoyed it. So my parents signed me up, and I always loved it. I don't know exactly what got me hooked when I was younger, but to this day, like just competing and the challenges and difficulties that softball brings, it's really tough, but it's my favorite part.
Yeah, it can be a little bit of a mentally taxing sport given that it is a pretty intense game. But what's really exciting about your journey in the softball world was that you did come to play at Oakland University in your senior year at 2014. You led the team in hits, home runs, and just talk to us about what it was like to play at OU.
I'm so grateful for my time at Oakland and with the softball program. I mean, I came here um, as a teenager, and I just feel like I was given the chance to really like grow and develop and learn kind of who I was as a softball player and figure myself out from that point of view. And I had some really great teammates, some really good staff and support staff, and the support through the athletic department was incredible. And I knew I wouldn't get the same experience anywhere else.
Was that scary for you to go from Canada down to the US?
It wasn't too bad. I feel like between a lot of my friends who are the same age playing softball, most of us did the same thing. So even though we were not going to the same school, we were kind of having similar experiences. So that made it a little better.
And playing the tough competition that's in the league when you were with Oakland, what learning lessons did you carry on with you as you expanded your softball career, eventually leading to the Olympic Games?
I think just understanding like it's really cool how softball is a team sport, but also on the flip side of that there's kind of a bit of an individual performance. So doing whatever I could from my end to help the team, and then in turn trying bigger picture to help the team and the other players as much as I could, and just making it a team effort, but also giving obviously my best effort all the time.
Absolutely. And lastly, Erika, before we let you go, is there anything that you would like to add about your time at Oakland or just your softball career in general?
I'm just, like I said, so grateful for the opportunity. I know I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for everything that the athletic department did for me, my coaches, even the School of Nursing. I was able to juggle both my degree and the athletic side of it. So like I said, just a one-of-a-kind opportunity, and I'm just very, very grateful for it.
Once a Golden Grizzly, always a Golden Grizzly. Erika, thank you so much for your time today, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.